Okay, this is my entry for the animation generation collaboration for Talking Maths in Public. And this month the prompt is proof of Pythagoras' theorem. So as you might expect, I'm going to start with a right angle triangle, and I'm gonna put some squares on the sides. Seems like a sensible way to start. So I can make an object the same height as another object and line it up. That's good. Make another square. Oof. Make that a different colour. And resize it till it's the same size and pop it in there. And then this third one's slightly more difficult because it's on an angle, but I'll go for bigger square and nope, press the right button, that one, there we go. So something like this, maybe rotate a tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, so that is, I guess, the square on the hypotenuse, and they're the sum of the squares on the other two sides. And I guess what I might like to do is make something that takes this triangle and kind of takes a copy of it and sort of rotates it around and puts it up here. And in order to do that, because the way rotation works in Keynote is that it rotates around the center of the object, and there's not a lot you can do about that. So what I could do is make two copies of the triangle, I guess either side of the big square, and then make one of them white, I guess, and group it with that one. And now if I rotate this object around its center, it's going to do the thing I want it to do. And similarly, I'll grab that one. So what do I need? I need, first of all, this pair to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Don't ease in and out, please. Just don't. See what that looks like. So that looks like it going up to there. And is there any way I can make this, instead of making this be white, can I make it, yes, I can make it transparent. That's better. Even better. And then this one, I'm going to make it build in, which we won't notice because it'll just appear where the other one is, and then rotate again 90 degrees clockwise without any smoothing. So now that's my first click and that's my second click. And then what I also need is another copy of this, but get rid of its friend triangle, and that one has no animations at all, so it just stays where it is. And then I need one more, which I will put there, and hopefully that will have kept the animation properties of the other one. So now I've got this, I can add a triangle there, and a triangle there. Cool. And those don't want to all be on separate clicks, so the appear happens and then the rotate happens automatically. So now I've got my four squares, and that whole big square is going to have an area of a plus b times a plus b, but it's also going to be 4 of this triangle plus the big square. And then I need to move these triangles into the thingy, you know, the thingy. So what I might do at that point is duplicate everything. Not that one. Get that one sent to back. So I can grab that one, pop that, excuse me, pop that one there. There we go. So now I've got my, if I kind of ungroup all of these, I've got my, sorry, that button, there we go. I've got my 4 red triangles. I get rid of my 4 invisible triangles, 3 invisible triangles. Get rid of that one. So that and that, I guess, is all the red stuff. So I'll group that. So I've got that as an object. And these, I hope, will not have any animations. Good. And then the next thing I want is not to group that. I'm going to group the 4 triangles. I'm going to make this square fade out. Dissolve. There we go. And then I'm going to make this one hinge around so it goes over to the right there. So what I will actually do is make another one, rotate it so it's opposite, and then just match it up there. And I guess that the other thing that you have that it's rotating with doesn't have to be exactly the same object, but it's sort of a useful, I guess, a shorthand way of making sure that the thing has the same dimensions, I guess. So put that one there, make it invisible, group it with that one, and then both of these objects I'm going to add a rotate action. Okay, and the angle we want here is, I guess if I'm going from sort of this line to this line is going to be 90 degrees. So I make that 90 degrees clockwise, etc. See how that looks. Yep, that looks good. So maybe one at a time. Yeah, that makes sense. And then once I've done that, what I like is for this one to just move into the right spot. So if I add a move action, oh, it's nice that it's showing me where everything's going to be. So yeah, that's perfect. In line with that and in line with that. And this one I'm going to move to, oh, this isn't right. What have I done? This isn't how Pythagoras' theorem works. So that square disappears. That one swings around to there. That one swings around. That's not right at all, is it? I need 2 of them to move. Right, I need that one. Let's say, I mean, anyone who was watching and saw this happening in slow motion can absolutely sympathise. Right, I'm going to put that one that way around. Because I basically, oh, where do I want that one to end up? So I want it to turn. Okay, well, what I could do is for this one, because this is a slightly specialist thing, I'm going to do a rotate and a move. So I'll do a 90-degree rotate anti-clockwise like that. And then I'm going to add action, move. Oh, not over there. Thank you. And I'm going to put it in the place where I want it to end up. So it does the rotate and the move at the same time. To there. To there. And then this one just gets a move. Thank you for almost guessing the exact right move. There we go. And then this one, when this does its move, it's going to go up here. And when this one does its move, it's going to go down here. So those both need to happen after this. That's right, that's right, that's going to happen at the same time. So we end up with, from the start, square disappears. Let's try the whole thing. The square disappears, come on. Square disappears, that swings in there, that rotates to there, and that moves across to there. Brilliant. And then that goes in that space, and that goes in that space. And I would like the moved version of this to just be nudged down 2 pixels. So that if I check that again, look at that. So that's showing that those 2 have the same area. And I guess, I mean, that would suffice. I guess I could add some labels to these edges, maybe. I could do things like have let's pick a good font. Sorry, this is not why you're here. Bigger, but you know, that text. There we go, and white. And a lowercase a if you can. This is the main helpful thing in this video, is to let you know how to not make it capitalize your letters in Keynote. That's no, don't want it capital, there we go. And a C for here. So we can make these appear. Okay, so those appear and then I guess disappear. Or do we, yeah, we'll add labels to the squares at that point. So this one's going to be a squared. Nope. There we go. Okay, that one's b squared, and that one's c squared. So what do we want these to do? We want these to appear after those ones. And then I guess maybe these disappear all at the same time. There. And then we've got a squared, b squared, and c squared. Then our triangles appear. And I guess the area of one of the triangles is going to be a half AB. Can I get a half as a glyph? Well, no. Right, I'm going to try and find one. Okay, I've copied one from the internet. There we go. Like that. And then pop them in all of those, and I guess they appear, put those on the same level, they appear after, I guess after we have all of the triangles in there. Okay, so those are in. And then when we go to the next slide, what's going to happen? The square disappears. So I guess at this point we've still got all of these ones there, and we don't need them to appear on this slide. But what's going to happen? That's going to disappear, so that can dissolve out with the square. And then what happens? This triangle moves to here. So I guess this object needs a move action to put it there. And that happens with that move action. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. This one moves up to there, so I guess this nope, has a move action to put it here, and this one happens with this, this one moves over to there, and then at the same time I want this one to move, and that's got to go to there at the same time as that move action, and this one, I mean this could definitely be slightly less chunky, but we'll try. What do I need? I need that move action to go very incrementally further over. Let's try that. So the a squared needs to be further down, and further in. When it's moved, it needs to be around about there. Otherwise, I think that was all right, wasn't it? Oh, that one, when it moves, could move in a more curved line. There we go. And the thing that I've just realised is that all of these move actions, oh, that one doesn't, don't want to ease in and out. There we go. So that goes to there. Nice. That goes up to there. Maybe a bit higher up. That one doesn't want to ease in and out either. Which one was it? It could be a bit higher up. This one. I think this is pretty much there now. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Does that one? That one eases in and out. Yeah, don't do that. And that one, don't do that either. Yep. Oh, this is great. So let's see the whole thing. That's A, that's B, that's C. So this area is A squared, this area is B squared, this area is C squared. And pop these triangles around here. And they all have area half AB. In fact, what I will do on this slide is I'll make that first half AB come in after we've labelled all the triangles. What's that one? Oh, that's the second one coming in. I think it comes in there, because then what we're saying is this is A, this is B, this is C. No, it needs to come in before those disappear. There we go. So this is A, this is B, this is C. That means this area is A squared, this area is B squared, and this area is C squared, and this area is half AB. So we get rid of those, and then that goes to there, that goes to there, and that goes to there, and they are also half AB. And then we have that disappears, this moves to here, this moves to here, that moves to there, and then these come in like that. Perfect. Anyway, there is my animation.